4 straight strikes to start things off for Walter Ray Williams Jr. He's down 34. Working on a strike is Brian-Voss. Strike here puts him down 24 pins. Needs to get started. Came in high, and the 6-10 up.
Bad shots.
Yeah, and I think that's all it can be. You know, Brian just came off of this pair of lanes, pulled a great game against Mike Scroggins, made great shots. His ball reaction was just perfect. First ball in that right lane went light, out the window. This one goes high.
Spare can
look out.
Right. Look out, he missed the 6. An open frame. And perhaps, Randy, having to get the double and then the 8-pin count in the last match, did it take him out of this one?
Well, you know, you got to ask yourself, did it take too much out of him? I mean, that there, Brian missing that is just a lack of concentration because of the fact that his ball's not hitting the pocket on that lane. Too much thinking about the ball not hitting the pocket, not enough focus on shooting the spare.
Now, a huge deficit. Finds the pocket there on lane 39. But the open frame on 4 could be fatal. Round of 32. Look at that incredible output from Walter Ray Williams Jr.
7-game match against Chris Hayden in the round of 32. Walter's down 3-1. 5th game, comes back, shoots 300. All of a sudden, big momentum swing. Starts the next game with a front 6, 18 in a row, wins that game, goes on to beat Chris Hayden in 7 games.
You saw Mr. Hockey. Gordie Howe is here to watch the end of this match. He and Walter Ray had quite a conversation about horseshoe pitching before our match today. Back near the players' locker room, Walter Ray picks up the 10.
Does Gordie practice flipping horseshoes into the net, or did he actually pitch them?
Whatever he wanted to do with his incredible records, the World Championship, the March, that's where we're going to be here in March at Taylor Lanes, in addition to some arena bowling, the point breakdown, $25,000 on the line for the winner, in addition to $40,000. What trouble.
Talk about having your guy on the ropes and then just letting him off. You let him off the hook here. This ball goes right through the schnoz. And he's going to leave himself 6, 7, 10. Got to get the ball over into this area here, slide the 6 over into the 7-pin. Walter Ray, very, very excellent split shooter.
Using the spare ball.
Look out.
7-pin stands and an open frame. And the door opens for Brian-Voss again quickly.
And can you say, Brian-Voss, I have life? You know, getting back to Gordie Howe, I shook his hand when we met him earlier, and it was like shaking a piece of steel.
Yeah, mine's still sore.
Oh my God! How many times has he broken those fingers? What a nice man.
Can you imagine bowling for 6 decades professionally? He played hockey.
That's amazing.
6 decades professional. On lane 40, trying to take advantage, but a 10-pin.
And that's the one he wanted. First ball that hit the pocket on that lane. Leaves the ugly 10-pin. If he strikes there, he can strike again in the 7th frame to make the lead 1 pin. Right now it's a 31-pin deficit. He won't miss this, trust me.
224 max for him, 255 for Walter Ray. We're coming to you from Taylor Lanes outside Detroit. And our tour stop, Greater Detroit Open. Dave Ryan, Randy Peterson, our entire ESPN PBA crew. Don't forget, Timber Sports coming up on ESPN as soon as we finish business here, but things have become interesting. An open frame for Brian-Voss on the 4th. Walter Ray has it open on the 6th for him.
Well,
Still alive.
Still alive is right.
Still alive.
Brian-Voss can strike out for 224. Walter Ray's going at a 215 pace. That means if he strikes and spares all the way out, shoot 215. So plenty of life.
One of the most mentally focused players in tour history, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Boy, it's a 10-pin, wiggles and stays up somehow. Do you think he responds all right to the open?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, Walter Ray, as mentally tough as he is, that open frame doesn't even factor into the equation. But watch this. This was almost a pocket 7-10. Then it was 9. Then it's 9.5.
I think it was up to 9 3/4 for a second.
Yeah, well, I think so.
On lane 40 for a mark. You can mark it down in the 7th.
Right now, Walter in the driver's seat, knowing that if he stays clean, that it's up to Brian-Voss to perform, to come get him, to strike, basically strike out.
Amazing consistency. Trying for a 10th straight year. Won twice last year in Kentucky and in Toledo, Ohio. Oh! 8-pin, tripped out late, but he'll take it.
Oh, wow. Almost a horrible break followed by a great one. The solid 8, the only true tap in bowling. Why? Because this ball is perfect in the pocket. And watch the bowling ball go right by the 8. Some pin comes out, trips it out. And it was like, great shot. I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy again.
His wife's certainly pleased with that result. Strike here. Voss is down 21 pins. 10 pin. Messenger stopping a couple of inches shy.
Wow, and you know, the last 2 shots in that lane just as good as Brian could throw them for 9 spare both times. And I gave him the spare. He's not going to miss his spare.
Good shot.
Spare here and a strike in the 9th frame. He's got to have some help from Walter Ray.
His maximum shrinks to 204 now.
You know, 31 pins, Walter Ray working on a strike. However, Walter did open the 6th frame with a split. Brian needs to strike here to set himself up for the 10th frame. And then wait to see what Walter Ray Williams Jr. does.
Needs some magic in the foundation frame. There it is. That's the start you wanted there.
That's a breath of
to
a
a good
chance.
finish.
Brian walks back, says that's a breath of a chance. Walter Ray's thinking, well, let me just snatch that last breath away from you right here with a strike in the 9th frame.
More than 130 TV appearances. Looking for 2nd place all time. PBA Tour history and wins, but there's a 7-pin, and the door isn't shut yet.
Well, he needs a spare here, which will give him 195 if you give him a strike in the first ball in the 10th frame. Spare here, he needs a mark and good count to win. First things first, cross lane at the 7-pin. You hear that ball rolling over the thumb hole. That's because he has his hand going straight up the back of the ball, and the ball is actually rolling end over end, about as close to the finger and thumb holes as you can get. That reduces hook. This was the lane he split on in the 6th frame.
You saw a moment ago what he needs. He has got it.
And just cured it. Makes a little sigh of relief there going, ooh, bigger motorhome. Yes. Well, watch this. He'll overtake Mark Roth's 2nd all-time and just absolutely pures it.
Guaranteed $40,000, closer to that motorhome that they've been looking at for some time.
It's okay. Better there than first ball.
Solid 10-pin.
And a solid performance by Walter Ray, but I think that it was Brian-Voss's own undoing. Got off to a rough start late. Missed the spare. Made great shots coming down the stretch. Had the 2 taps, and that was the difference in the game.
Just going to fast track to the end of this one since it's already clinched for Walter Ray. Picks up another mark.
Been going great, man. Been going real good.
2:15 is the final for Walter Ray Williams Jr. and a 35th career title. Brian-Voss denied a 2nd championship.
Yeah, I got 2 seconds here, so that's nice.
Pretty nice to shake the hand of Gordie Howe, too, after you win one.
Thanks a lot.
Thanking the proprietors here at Taylor Lanes, Ted and Liana Dobbins. Brian-Voss. He did that left-handed, everybody. How good an athlete is he?
Way to go,
Entertaining to the very last shot.
We'll do it again.
Brian-Voss.
Okay.
But the moment belongs to Walter Ray Williams Jr. Big goal of his to become PBA Player of the Year again for the first time since '98. He's on his way. Another great performance today in Detroit.